podcast. Another week, another podcast. So today, man, I wanted to talk about this 1977 Porsche. I think it's a freaking Carrera or a
911.
911. Yeah. It's beautiful, and the reason that brought to my attention is because you know that I'm not a car guy, so I was oblivious to this car until this new video game that I'm in love with is about to come out called Cyberpunk, and they're gonna have this car in their game, and it's like it's a 100-year-old car in the game, which is pretty cool because the game is set in 2077, and so I don't know, man. I thought it was the hot shit. I saw this and I was like, okay, I gotta have one, and I gotta talk to fucking Kevin about it because I want to know more about it, man. I didn't know that they were making them this cool looking back in '77.
Yeah, that basic design came out, I think, in late '60s, maybe '68 or so, and it didn't. They went from like the 356 to the 911. The old 356 more of a vintage look, but this and the modern cars actually look kind of like this now. You know, they haven't changed it much. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool that it's held up. I didn't know that it's held up for so long, because I mean, literally, what are the differences, between then and now? Maybe like a few of those, what do they call those things? Events, a couple of events, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower and wider now, I think, but from like 68 to about this 1977, they didn't change much, even in the 80s, 80s up into the early 90s, mid 90s, they didn't really change that much, but they didn't change the look of it. They would take the mechanics and slightly improve everything. You know what I'm saying? They would, it was kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. The look was kind of timeless. So it was like, okay, let's improve the handling a little bit. Let's put a little bit more power to it, stuff like that. So,
wow, I think it's cool, man. I mean, even without the modern handling, I think I would love to have it. How much would something like this be? Do you think just something like a base model? Can we see some base models, Kai?
Yeah, go to Craigslist, man. Craigslist, 77 Porsche 911, something like that.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, the Craigslist is the way to go, man. You go to eBay and you're gonna get, you'll get what you want, but the price will be a little high, man. I like to deal with these dudes on Craigslist, man. You can get some. There's always still good deals on Craigslist, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna have to trust what you get off of Craigslist, knowing that you're going into a fixer-upper, right?
It can be a fixer-upper, or it could be one that's already, complete, but it's going to be a little higher price. But whatever the price is on eBay, it's going to be cheaper on Craigslist, most likely. So, you can actually go and look at it on Craigslist and, kind of get each little individual market rather than nationwide stuff. Or I keep getting in Australia over here when I try to go to eBay. But, yeah, man, 1977 Porsche. Yeah, that's a timeless look, man. I see them scooting all over the town here. They sold quite a bit, and there it is. There you go. How much they want for that one? $149? That can't be right. Oh, this one's $14.9, man. There you go. It's like I said, it's a project car. It's a project car. Yeah. Oh, that's near you too, man. Go down to go. What part? Oh, there's Project Cars. There's multiple. I see there's a bunch of them down there. So that's cool, man. Oh yeah. The old that one right there. That's the same. That's probably late '60s there, I think mid late '60s. They came out with that basic design right there. They put a little bit more of the ground effects, kind of spoilers and things like that on it. But if you look at the basic car, it's the same car.
Yeah. That's cool. So that, but that's it changed after that point there. That's when they started coming out with a newer body style, or what?
No, that right there, yeah. About in the late '60s, it went from the Porsche 356, it's a little more bubble top look. I think it's a beautiful car, kind of a little more Volkswagen-y look. But and they went to that. See, they made it a little. They put the fender flares and stuff on it and made it, but you can see the headlights the same. The body style is basically the same. A little bigger wheels and stuff like that. I think that's probably 1990s wheels. I think late 90s wheels maybe. So that one maybe late 90s. So it looks very similar to the one from 30 years before.
Isn't that's crazy, right? That's pretty cool though. I want one really bad, man. So
they have a bunch right there in Houston, man.
Wow, and
that's the Paul Walker car there, I think.
I'll stay away from that, man.
yeah, you don't want that one.
I'm not gonna go any faster than 80. You know what I mean? Ever. Like, there's no reason for it. And in Texas, man, you're pushing it going 80 because these dudes but out here, they like to give you
tickets. Yeah.
You know, I'm not worried about accidents. I'm just worried about the tickets. But yeah, man. No, I wouldn't mind getting one of these and fixing it up, or getting one. So you're thinking about 14 for it all finished out, and then probably around just whatever the hell I can find one at.
It's going to cost you some money to finish it out, though, man.
14.
It says project cars, maybe starting at 14.9 is probably the lowest one.
Oh wow!
So it's probably the lowest one there starts at 14.9.
I don't think I can play with you big boys, man. I can't afford that shit. That's like
you either have to be able to afford it, or
starter is like that's probably more than I make a year.
just go with that 944, that front engine you were looking at with the 350 kit. You get one for about $8,000 complete, man, ready to go, man.
You and that 350 kit, man. I don't know if I want that 350, man. I'm.
Well, you can't have it all, man.
I like
you can't have it all. Yeah, the turbos are good. You can find some that are reliable, that are complete cars. But most of them have engine problems, though, man. I mean, if you're not a mechanic and you don't have a lot of money to spend on it, man, I'm telling you, man, it's like a 944 with that 350, that crate 350 in it, man. You're gonna have fun, man. It's gonna be beefy. It's gonna be reliable. You're not gonna have to keep going to the shop, So yeah, that's the way to go, man. If you're looking for a lower end and reliable, it'll be fun, man. It'll put a smile on your face, man. Nothing. Right. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. I love it, man. Hey, quick shout out to my boy William Hamler, man. I used to serve with him back in the day when I was a young kid, man. We're both old men now. We were in the 82nd Airborne together. We used to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. Can you believe that shit, man? What were we thinking?
You weren't thinking. You were doing what somebody else is doing your thinking for you, man.
I know, right?
That's what the military is, from my understanding. Somebody else thinks for you, right?
Oh man, but in some ways you can laugh at it and you can say, "Oh man, that would suck." But in some ways, it's not bad having someone else do the thinking, man. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
It keeps shit pretty damn simple,
Oh yeah. Natalie does all of our thinking, man. I can just zone out.
Yeah, Sophie does ours too, and
I don't have to plan anything, man.
Exactly. I love it, man. But it's whatever, man. But yeah, so you're saying get the front end with the 350. I might.
The front engine, 80s 944, even 924. It's all the same front engine stuff with a 350 bolted in, already complete, work done for about $10,000. And it's going to be nice for that price too, man. Yeah. Wow.
Man,
if you're Jerry Seinfeld, go ahead and get the higher end ones, the rear engines and the 911s and stuff like that. But nah.
I'll work my way up, man. I think I have to start making a list of what I want, like dream cars or whatever. And then once I get there, I'm gonna start knocking them out. Boom, 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 boom. Because as I start learning, I start wanting more and more. I had no desire before this. I blame it all on you. Because I was just like, I was perfectly fine before this. But now that I'm starting to learn and know, it's like, I think I might want one or two of those, because they look too fun, too nice. you know, and I sit around too much at my house doing nothing. If I had a cool car, I could at least go out and whip it around, you know?
Yeah, and when you ride in a cool car that stands out, it's like you're in a parade all the time, man. You're waving at people like
Yeah.
you know, it's like, hey.
Yeah, so that 944, yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, man, it is. It's like
$4,800. There you go, man.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We just got a new
It's like the Dodge truck behind it too, man.
Yeah, the Dodge truck actually is pretty cool. A Nissan, I don't even know what the name of it is, man. It's some kind of fancy SUV that has all the buttons that do.
Oh yeah, I heard you got the Rogue. Was it the Rogue?
Yeah, man. I was gonna do an episode on it, and she was like, "No, there's nothing special about this thing, man. This is like the most basic car out there." But I was like all impressed, man. You push a button and the back door closes, and you know, it's just like, "Oh, this is fancy, man. I have a fucking beat up Ford truck." You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was like,
there's nothing wrong. A good transportation, man. You know, it's just comfortable and quiet, and like, oh, this is great. Yeah. Any new car you get, it's like, oh, this is fantastic. You know?
Yeah.
So, hey, what are you gonna do with the RAV4? Is it gone?
No, the RAV4 is still here, man, and we're debating. This is what I say. I say put $4,000 into it, and it's pretty much like new. And then, and she's saying get rid of it because, you know,
what happened to it? What's going on with it?
It's just the engine, I think, finally is gone. Like the oil keeps burning out really quick. And,
that's a major component, the engine. It's
yeah, and so like they have a lot of issues. This particular year has this specific issue with it where it burns oil. It has some kind of they have some kind of recall for it, but she missed the recall. Blah blah blah. So, anyways,
I think there's a 350 kit for that too, man. That's all. No, I'm joking around, man. I say that about everything. Put a crate 350 in it and roll with it, man.
I could turn that into a sleeper. Hey, bring up a RAV4, Kai, real quick.
Is it an all-wheel drive? Because if it's an all-wheel drive, you can have fun with it.
No,
I don't. You make it into an off-road vehicle, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's all-wheel drive. It's just a regular two-wheel. But I was looking them up, and the engines, like to get a new engine for it, is like starting at $900 to to whatever, you know what I mean, to like $5,000. Just depends on what you want to get put into it. But you know, if I get $1,000 engine, $1,000 transmission, you know, or $2,000 transmission, and spend $1,000 for labor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it can be done. I've replaced engines like that, and they were just fine. And I've replaced some for cheap like that, and they just never worked right, man. You know, so it's you're taking a chance with it, but it can work out, you know.
Yeah, the one in the upper right corner, the dark one. Or it's just a bunch of pictures. I see.
What they have here is it's like the two-door RAV4s, man, that are really cool. They don't have many. The wheelbase is really, really short, man. And they're all-wheel drive stuff, so they're kind of off-road vehicles. You know, they look odd when you first see them because you're like, oh, RAV4. Why did they squish it? What did they do? Somebody, you know, was it rear-ended and then they compacted it? But it's like no, it's a two-door. So oddball stuff.
That is oddball. But so what are you thinking, man? So you thinking I throw a new engine, a new transmission in there?
No, I'm actually thinking scrapyard, man.
Well, this is why. Let me finish.
Pull apart, man.
Because we've got kids, and so it could be like a family car, is what I was thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, so that's what I don't know. You know,
I just think it'd be more work and cost than you could probably go out and get a high mileage one for about $3,000. It's running fine, so I think it would be. Then you know it's more reliable and together and it's going to work.
How do you know that though? That's what I'm saying. You're taking that gamble. You don't know that. You know, if you get a brand new engine and a brand new transmission, you have a brand new engine and a brand new transmission. If you buy a $3,000 car, you don't know what's wrong with it. Tranny could be about to go out. You know. I'm not a car guy, so that's why I don't know.
I don't know.
Then we have a reliable car for the kids. That's what I was thinking. I don't know,
man. Just put them in the new Rogue, and then you know, use the F-150 as the backup, man.
I don't think anybody. I'm not even allowed to drive that new Rogue, man. I was allowed to test drive it, and that was like the last time, you know.
That's cool, man. I like it.
But
You can't go wrong with a new car, though.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what we'll do with that RAV4. I'm partial to keeping it just because I think it's cheaper to have brand new everything and then than it is to take that gamble of buying something.
Yeah, that engine's gone though, right?
The engine's gone. I'll buy a new one for it for $900. I'll throw it in the back of my truck, man. Fucking take it down to the mechanics. And I mean, what's labor on putting a new engine in? It's like 2 hours, maybe.
With the modern one, it takes a little bit more effort with the computer stuff and all that. But yeah. Oh, the vintage cars, I know exactly what to do with them. But these new ones, I don't know what all you have to plug in with that stuff, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I would pay a mechanic. So I'm just saying, if you're paying, if it saves 4 hours, say it's $400 or whatever, I think that's worth it to me.
I don't know, man.
About it. I'm not plugging shit in. I'm not wrenching anything.
Yeah, if you're taking a chance, so putting another engine in a used engine, it's going to be used, right?
No, you just buy them. You can buy them new, like from 900 or I just put in a new RAV4 2010, engine, and it was like from 900 to 5,000.
If you get a new one, yeah, definitely that would be damn sure. That'd be worth it. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just put a crate 350. That's my advice always. If you don't know what to do with it, just let's put a crate 350 in it.
Oh man. So what have you been up to, man? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, I've been on the road doing shows, and went down to Napier. It's nice. It's nothing's easy to get to here. So I'm in New Zealand here, so nothing's easy to get to. There's no highways here. There's no, right in the middle of Auckland. But you can see how beautiful it is, though. The drive down to Napier, it's about a 5-hour drive. And it's just gorgeous, And but you can see how, this is it, though. This is the main highway through there, man. And it's a lot of this. And these curves are fun if you can get some speed up. But, a couple of hours, no phone service there. Log trucks coming around that corner, man, like you wouldn't believe, man. But yeah, a lot of slow going, a lot of aggressive passing from me, but kind of freak people out. People are more courteous here. They can't take chances here. I don't know what it is. And then, they kept talking about the road tolls here, and I was like, I've only ran into one road toll. It's like the road tolls are so high. It took me a year and a half to realize that they were talking about people dying on the highway, man. People die. I thought they were talking about toll roads, man. I was like, gosh.
I thought they were talking about toll roads too.
That's a euphemism, man.
Sophie doesn't even realize that because she said the same euphemism. She's used that. She's told me when we went over there. So that's weird that didn't click with them, and it never clicked with me. Wow.
Yeah, we went to. Go ahead, man.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people. Well, her dad, he's a volunteer paramedic over in the Northlands, and he was saying there's some crazy accidents out there, man.
Oh yeah, I could imagine on these roads, man. I've seen some crazy stuff. They just leave cars down in the ditch, flip them over and leave them down there for years. I don't know. But we went to this town, Napier, man. It's really cool. All the buildings are most of them are Art Deco, built in the 1930s, because in the early 30s there was a massive earthquake there and just destroyed everything. So everything was rebuilt in the 1930s. So it all has that Art Deco style. You can see the buildings are really cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're all beautiful, man. It's the public trust office. I don't know what that means, but nice little Mustang on the street.
That Mustang, man, I saw that and I got excited because it is a left-hand drive. It's the right way. Now, I wouldn't mind owning something like that.
Yeah, and nice custom seats they have in there. They look really comfortable. It looks like they made it really comfortable to drive. See, it has those headrests and those side bolsters and stuff like that. It looks like they made it very clean, but very drivable too. Yeah, that's every Mustang I've ever seen here from the 1960s has a left-hand drive. I don't know if they made a right-hand drive one.
Okay. I love it. Now, this is another thing I liked about it too, is that it looks actually compact for a muscle car, for a Mustang. It doesn't look that big.
Well, it's a pony car. It's a it's a compact muscle car is what they call it. The pony
Okay.
series is yeah. That's before they made smaller cars with the V8s and stuff like that. They called them pony cars, which is kind of a
Okay.
small Mustang, a small muscle car. And this old Torino here, man, it's owned by Burger Fuel. So it's a burger chain here. And this Torino GT was really clean and cool, man. But this is 5 hours from the house. But they have a chain and they have a warehouse full of these old cars. And the warehouse is only and not only that, the warehouse is only 2 blocks away here. It's right up the hill.
Oh wow, we've got to go there.
I've been looking through the window, man. They're good. They have good burgers too, man. But I've been looking through the window trying to figure it out and. To figure out where they are. I'm just going to contact them directly, man. Oh,
How awesome is that? And what is their business plan? Let's buy a bunch of muscle cars and just use that for advertisement, and that's it.
I think their business plan is they're making a lot of money on big burger chain. Like, hey, we like cars, let's buy cars.
Wow.
Oh, there was a little bit of a fire there at a bar we went to before the show.
Oh, okay.
We had to evacuate there, but this is the venue we played, man. Oh, it's a little dark in there. It's kind of hard to see, but man, this car. I'm always with cars. This venue, man, they just put so much detail into it. You know, it's called Paisley Stage in Napier. It's a music venue. There's a cool boxing gym downstairs too. But man, it's but they put a lot of work into this thing, and everywhere I looked, there was more and more detail that I could see. You know, this is before the show. We got a pretty good number of guests in there, and this it's a little shaky here, but they have a bookcase door. Look, a secret door behind the bookcase, man. Yeah, I saw somebody come out of that, and I was like, "What the hell is that, man? That's cool, man." They have all kinds of stuff in the back there, man. But man, it was a good show, man. I did a show with Jamie Patterson was the headliner there, and this guy Benjamin Krillin, who's absolutely a real killer of a comic, who's been at it 25 years, who's he's coming to Auckland next week to hang out a little bit and do some shows. So, yeah, man. Wow. So that was kind of my week.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. I love a dark room. You know, I don't. Yeah. Why do you want the room to be bright? You know what I'm saying? I like it dark. I want it focused on me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They have it's really good. It was just the right amount of darkness because you can kind of see around and see what you're doing. But the lights on stage, you know, it's you could tell they have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff because it was just laid out perfectly, and the lighting was right, the decor was right. You know, really beautiful place, man. But to get to it, you have to drive through this or have a helicopter.
Wow, cool deal. Wow, man. That sounds fun, man. I'm so jealous, man. You know, I got to get out and I got to
oh, sorry, it's Jamie Patterson crossing the street there, the headliner, man.
Oh, okay.
There he looked like from the Bigfoot footage in the Northern California, lurking across the street. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
What is No, I'm just saying, man. I got to go out what was that? Was it the Bel Air?
The Bonneville, the Pontiac Bonneville. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one, and I've just been chomping at the bit to get back out, man. I have one that's lined up, but this dude wants to wait until. Let me send it to you real quick. He wants to wait until we can take it out and like go mudding. Like,
what is it?
I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
And then I'll send one to Kai. So maybe.
Yeah, we're looking at the Art Deco buildings in Napier right now, but looking at this Mustang again.
Oh yeah,
it's always cool to look at. It's cool, man. I like to look at it. I could always talk about cars and
Mustang.
stuff.
You can pause on that Mustang. That Mustang is dope. Shit, I can't.
So how was Halloween, man?
Halloween, man, we didn't do shit. We never do. I mean, all my kids are too old to go celebrate, so they just hung out. The stepkids, they went back to their dads, and I don't know what they did. I think that they just bought a bunch of candy for them because Tebow, the oldest, he came back, and I was like, "Did you go trick or treating?" Because he's 18. He had a huge HEB bag full of candy, and he was like, "No, they just gave me some candy," and that was the last time I've seen a Tebow, man. He's gone. So probably in candy coma. But yeah, we didn't do anything, man. And the kids in my neighborhood, they don't come out anyway because they
don't.
Nobody. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's just a side by side, man.
That's what he said. It was side by side. I was like, I didn't know what it was. And
that's a side by side because they're.
I should send me a picture. Yeah, it's a 4-seater. Look at that though, man. Isn't that cool? So, what is it? Is it just a go-kart on steroids or what?
Yeah, it's just an ATV. I don't know much about them, man. I just know that they're called side by sides, and I've ridden in a few, but I don't know the brands or anything like that, man. I don't know, and they cost as much as a new Jeep. So I would probably just buy a new Jeep.
I mean, I honestly I don't like Jeeps because they're just notoriously just breaking down. At least it was the old school Jeep Cherokees, man. I've had one, or I've had friends that had them, and every time, everybody I've known that had one, that was just a piece of shit. But anyways, moving on.
I would like to take what I wanted to do is take one of these side by sides, like the 2-seater, the shorter one, and take one of these Mini Cooper bodies, like an old rusty one. And just put it on there, man. It would be like a 4-wheel drive Mini, man, because it's not a lot of weight, and I think it would fit on there just about right. And you could just take one that's all rotted out anyway, and just kind of put it on there. Look like you're driving a 4-wheel drive Mini, man.
Oh, now look who's talking about bastardizing fucking vehicles and shit.
Man. I'm taking one out of the scrap bin.
You're giving me so much shit, and that's exactly what I'm saying. You gotta take one of those minis, man, and throw some big old fucking tires on it and go off-road that bitch. I'm talking
about Bill taking one out of the scrap bin that's already going to be trashed anyway, man.
Just take the yellow one, man. It's all good.
And put it on there. I could probably get one for like a couple $100, a rotted body, and stick it on there, man. So yeah. Well, I honestly think that would be perfect. I think it would fit on there perfectly, man, and just be like a spectacle,
Well, that's Juan Rodriguez, man. He's he's the one that had the Corvette. So when he gives me a shout out, man, I'll do an episode and see if I can get one of those in motion.
Get some dirt flying, man.
See, this is another thing. This is another reason why I'd rather have one of these over a Jeep, is because they look like they're designed to roll, and it's not going to fuck them up that much. You know what I mean? They look like they're designed to play with and to have fun with. A Jeep, you can bust and shit on that thing, man.
Oh, roll. I thought you meant like flip over when you say roll.
I mean roll, like flip over. Like if I was to take a hard, sharp turn and it fucking rolled, I could probably drive away. You know what I mean? Flip it back over and drive away if it didn't flip back over on its own. Does that make sense? Or do you think that? Yeah, I mean, it's where you do that to a Jeep and you're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a Jeep, man. I'm not much on Chrysler products, man. It's all
So I like this thing, man. I think it's cool. I would have fun. I would probably have a little bit too much fun, and I would end up rolling it. That's my point, I don't think that I can be safe at all with this. Especially like in New Zealand, you guys have sand dunes. You guys have that freaking 90-mile beach. I know I always talk about it on here. People are probably sick of hearing about it, man. But that thing looks so cool. And this thing looks like it was made for something like that.
That would be perfect for 90-mile beach, man.
Yeah. So
I need to get something like that, a Baja or something to keep up there. The in-laws have their place up there. I could just keep it there, man. It's not near 90-mile beach.
They definitely have space for it. You know what I mean? They have they have a couple of nice driveways. So
Bill might enjoy driving it too, man. He's got his eye on the yellow Mini, man. He keeps.
I know you guys eyes on the but imagine him in a souped up 4x4 or something, something that actually, that got it. You know what I mean? He'd be riding on that e-brake, dude.
Oh yeah. He has this formula. It's like you have to cruise at like 65 kilometers an hour to have the best gas mileage possible, and he cruises at like 65 kilometers an hour, which is like 40. Miles an hour everywhere it goes, man. It's like this big long line of traffic, and like it's a 4-cylinder RAV4. You have money to pay for gas. Just go at regular speed, man. Come on, man. I'll pay for the gas. Just speed up.
Right. And then and what always gets me about people like that, right, is they get mad at people that don't think about other people, right?
Yeah.
And like he gets mad if somebody throws trash on the side of the highway, which is respectable. You shouldn't disrespect the land. It's beautiful. Don't throw trash on the side of the highway. But at the same time, you got to respect the people behind you, man. When you're going 40 miles an hour and you've got a fucking line of people behind you, man, who's the asshole? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah. I wonder if he does that in the ambulance too, when he drives the ambulance, man.
Right? Oh, they're like, you gotta hurry up, Bill. You gotta hurry up. This one, we only got minutes. And he's like, we're getting there efficiently.
Yeah, we're getting there. I have a formula. To save petrol.
Oh man, hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, we should end it on that, man. This has been a fun one. Well, fuck you guys. It's been another freaking K&I podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and a couple of shots out. Thank you, Martha. You can text Kevin all those messages. That's why we haven't read them. But thank you, Will, for tuning in, man, and supporting us. Keep it going, you guys, and we'll keep going from you. Peace.